Typically in Major League Soccer, going away from home is a daunting task, but for whatever reason, this Toronto FC team has been very good on the road travels over the course of the season. We're calling them Road Warriors. Gareth Wheeler, Terry Dunfield with you. In a league where it's very difficult to win away from home, TFC won 6 games. In fact, 6 wins, 5 draws on the season. They were the second best teams in terms of wins away from home on the regular season. And if you look at the 4 teams left standing in the MLS Cup playoffs, Toronto FC has the most wins and is the best away side of any. Why is that, Terry? Why has this Toronto FC team been so good away from home?
They've been brilliant, and I've been lucky enough to play in England, Scotland, a little bit in Asia, and also the MLS. And to win in this league, it's so difficult. The travel, the different surfaces, the heat, the grind of the summer, and TFC have been magnificent. For me, the one thing that really stands out is they've got the same mentality as playing at home, that they can go anywhere, they can win. Greg Vanney's kept the same positive tactics. He's gone with 2 strikers. He hasn't changed attacking players for defensive players. He hasn't put center halves in at fullback. He's really trusted in his squad that, you know what, we can go to places, we can get points. They've been extremely compact. They've absorbed pressure. They've never looked flustered when teams have that spell, and they're going to get that when you're away from home. And the other thing, you've got 2 weapons in Josie Altidore and Giovinco up front that, you know what, on the counter, if you've got players like this, you know, you are going to hurt teams if you can keep that 0.
Just for comparison's perspective, an average MLS team over the course of this season had 3.5 wins away from home on the year. TFC was 6, and they've got better as the season's gone on. 3 wins and 2 draws in their last 5 away from home, and perhaps that 8-game away streak stretch to start the season while the renovations were being completed at BMO Field, perhaps that was a blessing in disguise because they were still very good over that stretch.
Yeah, good point. Going away for 8 games like that really brings the team together, and you know what, they started to really believe in what Greg Vanney was selling. And you know what I like, there was a real balance to this squad. I think players like Beitajor coming in, Drew Moore, having real Clint Irwin, having real experienced players that know what it's like to go onto the road, to go to these cities, to deal with the time differences, stuff like that. MLS experienced players is key as well.
Yeah, Drew Moore was huge for that. 23 goals for and 22 against. It's all about being strong defensively and using that to bring better things. And when I look at this team, Terry, they can afford to play a little bit more defensively away from home and understand that players like Altidore and Giovinco can go pluck a goal, which really turns a game on its end.
Of course, and then you add in a new piece like Cooper, subs off the bench like Tosaint Ricketts. His pace is invaluable. If I'm a back four, I'm so scared of him coming on for the last 20 minutes. So yeah, I'm not afraid one little bit to go to the big hole.
And there were marquee victories away from home over the season, whether it be the season opener against the New York Red Bulls. The win, it was actually on my wedding day, a 2-0 win in Montreal. That stands out as well.
The Philadelphia
a big win
game
in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the demolition in Manhattan in Yankee Stadium in the Eastern Conference semifinal. In each one of those games, if you look back, Sebastian Giovinco scored a goal in each one of them. And obviously having a Seba in the team completely changes the complexion.
Yeah, when you're under pressure, you can give him the ball, and not only can he score, he can create something out of nothing. And it seems like he's really enjoying going to these different stadiums, lighting these stadiums up, and he's done it in his second years where teams know that Giovinco's he's not a secret weapon anymore.
No kidding.
He gets kicked all over the pitch, he gets back up, and he does it again.
The final point that I wanted to make is the phenomenal away support that this team gets. Travel's very difficult across this league, and the fact that the Toronto FC fans can show their support in numbers and in voice at away stadiums, it makes a difference, Terry. Over the course of your career, you have to feel it.
Yeah, we touched on it earlier in the week, playing at the Big O a few years ago, and the 3,000 or 4,000 TFC fans were there and just going nuts, absolutely out-singing the Montreal fans. We go to Vancouver, you get TFC support there, down in Columbus, and the fans are the best in the league, as Greg Vanney said.
Well, Toronto FC goes on the road, of course, November 22nd. It may be an away game, but TFC, a lot of reason to be confident they can come away with a positive result coming out of the first leg.